Okay.
Savitri and Vishnu Sutra.
Harini, is this the first one you want to start?
Mayami Agnim, yeah, that's the one, yeah. Okay, so today we are going to have a brief session about the meanings of some of the important suttas. The sutta list has been gathered from the previous question papers as well as the ones that were dealt in the contact classes this year. So I thought we will go one set of suttas at a time. So Savitra Sutta will be starting today. There are about 5 of them that has been shortlisted. Before going to the actual sutta, I thought we will just refresh our memory regarding the characteristics of Savitra Sutta itself, which Divya presented the other day. So Savitra Sutta, Hiranya Stupa is the Rishi. Savitra is a solar deity. He is the stimulator of solar power. He is often identified with Surya. There are a lot of hymns which gives us the opinion that Surya and Savitra are the same. But in 1 or 2 places, we can find a difference where it is said that Savitra is the one who helps Surya to rise in the morning and such things. He is the one who gives power to Surya. So in such places we can make out that there is a small difference between the two. Anyway, often identified with Surya. And there are a total of 11 Suktas which praise about the Savitra Devata. The main feature is the Hiranyatva. The gold, everything is about gold. He is the Hiranyaksha, he's called the Hiranyaksha. He is the Hiranyapani, one with the golden hand, Hiranyahasta. And he travels on a Hiranya Ratha. Hiranya Ratena Devo Yati is the reference available there. And he is supposed to possess a Hiranya Prauga, the chariot. I think it has a golden pole. So everything about the god, including his own body as well as the chariot, everything is made of Hiranya or gold. Then the chariot itself is drawn by 2 or more horses. They are called Shyavas. And the path that he moves, this Savitra Devata, he moves both the upward as well as the downward path. And the path is supposed to be without any dust. It's very clean. It's without any dust, and it is very easy to traverse. Then, what does the Hiranya Devata do? He is the one who is responsible for transporting the departed soul to the respective abode. Like you have mortal and immortal souls. So whether they reach the Yamaloka or whether they come back to the to the earth, these things are taken care of by the Savitra Devata. Then he protects men from evil dreams and makes them sinless. That is, he takes out their papa. Then he drives away the demons and the sorcerers, and he controls the water and the wind. Okay, and overall he is supposed to be the deity of day and night, and he is the bringer of happiness to men even after death. Okay, so these are all the some of the points about the nature of Savitra Devata. This question may be a short note on the Savitra Sutta itself. So obviously we can't be writing the mantra and explaining. So at least these general points we have to write in that short notes. So this will help there. With this brief intro, let us look into the first mantra here. Vayam yajñam pratamam swastaye, vayami mitra varuna vihavase, vayami ratrim jagato niveshanim, vayami devam savitara mutaye. Okay, here I have basically tried to refer the meaning from the dictionary for each of the word, and then I have come to a conclusive gist based on what the course material has provided the summary meaning. So I've just tried to link both. What we have to understand here is Sayana in his commentary has interpreted certain words in a particular way, while McDonald has done it in a different way. Okay, so there are 2 views for the same particular word. We have 2 different contextual meanings. So we may have to understand from both perspectives. So it's a little confusing. So if it is possible for you, just please make a note of some of the word meanings that I mentioned, so that you will come to one understanding, and finally you can write everything on your own. You can form your own words, because it's a little difficult to present it in one neat sentence. It's a little complicated. Okay, I've just tried my best here. Kwayami. Okay, that's in Uttama Purusha Ekavachana. Kwayami means I call upon. So basically, I am praising the Savitra Devata here. So I call upon Prathamam Agnim. Firstly, I call upon Agni for what? Swastaye. Swastaye means Avinashaya, absence of destruction. So I call upon Agni first for absence of destruction, so that there should not be any destruction. For Swastha, I call upon Agni. Then Payami Mitra Varunau Iha Avase. I call upon Mitra Varunau, the twin gods, Mitra Varunau for aid. Avase is aid. It's in Tadarte Chaturthi. So for aid, I call upon Mitra Varunau for aid. Then Payami Ratrin Jagata Niveshanim. I call upon the night. Here, he does not say why he is calling the night. He says what is the nature of the night. I call upon the Ratri, which is the night, which brings about rest to the Jagat. Jagataha Niveshani. Niveshani is that which brings about rest. To bring about rest is Niveshani. Ni plus Vish plus Lut and Ni plus 3 Pratyaya. So Vish is the Dhatu there. So Niveshani is to bring about rest. So that which brings about rest to the entire Jagat is the Ratri. So I call upon that Ratri. Then finally, Payami Devam Savitaram Utaye. I call upon the god Savitra for help. Utaye is again Tadarthi Chaturthi. It is for help. Okay, so 4 things benediction here. First the Agni, then Mitra Varunau, then Ratri, and finally the Savitra Devata for 4 different purposes that have been mentioned here. This is the first sutta. Is it clear? You're able to follow? Okay. The next one is
Harini, yes, your explanation is good, but voice is breaking a little bit. If you can do anything about it, check. Otherwise, it's okay.
Your voice is clear on this end, so I don't know if there is a problem. Is everybody having that issue, or is it only Nivedita? Is it her internet speed, or Divya? Is it okay for you?
I can hear.
Okay.
Okay, then no problem. Then the recording will probably come fine.
Okay. Yeah. The next one is Akrishnena Rajasa. Can you get that on your on the screen, Nivedita? You had missed it in the first list, so I had mentioned it yesterday. If you added it. In the book, it is the second sutta. Immediately following Payami Agni, this next one is Krishnena Rajasa.
That is the 64 page.
Okay. Okay. If all of you have books, I'll just continue. Akrishnena Rajasa Vartamano Niveshayan Amritam Martyam Cha Hiranyayena Savita Rathena Devo Yati Bhuvanani Pashyan. Okay. So here, Krishnena Rajasa. He says Rajas actually refers to Loka. Loka Rajam Suchante is the meaning given there. So Rajas indicates the Loka, and Krishnena Rajasa means Krishna Varnena Lokena, through the dark spaces is the meaning given by MacDonald. So rolling through the dark spaces, Krishnena Rajasa Vartamanaha, rolling through the dark spaces. Amritam Martyam Cha Niveshayan, one who lays to rest the Amrita and the Martya, that is the immortal and the mortal souls are laid to rest, Niveshayan. Then all this is done by the Savitra Devata. Okay, he rolls through the dark spaces. He puts the Amrita and the Martya, that is the immortal and the mortal souls, to rest. Then, by the third line, he says Hiranyayena Savita Ratena. The Savitra Devata, he travels on a golden chariot, and while he is moving, while he is coming, Bhuvanani Pashyan, he is seeing all the creatures. Yati comes. So, rolling through the dark spaces, the Savitra Devata on a golden chariot, who's traveling on a golden chariot, he lays the immortal and the mortal souls to rest, and while coming, Yati, he sees all the creatures. Bhuvanani Pashyan. So, this is another description of the movement of the Savitra Devata. Then, the next one is Tisro Dyavaha Saviturdhva Upastam. Tisro Dyavaha. Can you get it on the screen?
Page number 71. Kannadadalli 71st page, sir.
Yeah, page number 71 in Kannada and 75 in the English course material. Tisro Dyavaha Saviturdhva Upastham Eka Yamasya Bhuvane Virashat Anim Na Raphyam Amrutadhi Tasthuhu Iha Bravitu Ya U Tachiketat. Okay, so here Tisraha Dyavaha. This indicates the three worlds. Okay, the Dhyau, Antariksha, and the Bhuloka. Okay, so Tisro Dyavaha is Dhyau, Antariksha, and Bhuloka, the three worlds. Then Dvau Upasta, that is the Dhyau as well as the Bhuloka. Here Antariksha is not taken into account while talking about the two worlds that the Savitra Devata he actually traverses. He indicates only two, that is Dhyau and Bhu. Okay. Upastha means to stay close or to stand or place oneself near. Okay, so the Dhyau and the Bhu, these two, they stay close or they stand or they are near to Savitra Devata. Okay, so that means the Savitra Devata is actually connected to these two lokas and they are illumined by Surya. Okay, this is the meaning given by Sayana. Sayana says that the two lokas of the three worlds, Dhyau, Antariksha, and Bhuloka, Dhyau and Bhu are closer to Savitra and they are illumined by Surya, where the Amrita, that is the immortal things, are harbored. Okay, Amritadi Tastuhu, where the immortal things are harbored. Virashat means harboring, subduing, or confining, or harboring. Okay, so this is done. The harboring of the immortal souls is done by the Savitra Devata in Yamasya Bhuvane, in the Yama's heaven. Okay, so of the three worlds, Dhyau, Antariksha, and Bhuloka, Dhyau and Bhu, they are close to Savitra Devata. These are illumined by Surya. Then, what does the Savitra Devata do? He is responsible for harboring, Virashat, harboring of the Amrita things, that is the immortal things. Where does he harbor them? He harbors them in Yamasya Bhuvane. Okay, so the harboring is done in Yama's heaven. How it is done? How the similarity has been given here? Anim Iva, Anim Na. Okay, that Na means Iva. Anim Na means Anim Iva, like the axle of a Ratha. Okay, so three things here. Dhyau and Bhu, these are closer to Savitra. These are illumined by Surya. Savitra Devata main function is the harboring of the immortal souls. Amrita, Virashat, okay, harboring. Where does he harbor them? He harbors them in Yama's heaven, Yamasya Bhuvane. And this harboring has been compared to Anim Iva, like the axle of a Ratha. Yaha iti chiketat. One who knows this shall bravitu, tell it here. Okay, so the last one is a laudatory phrase kind of a thing. So this is the characteristic of Savitra Devata. So one who knows this, bravitu, you can tell it here. Okay, this is the meaning of this particular sutta. Then the next one is Vi Suparno Antarikshan. Very next page, the very next sutra in the text is this, page 76 in English. Vi Suparno.
73.
Yeah, 73 in Kannada. Okay. Vi Suparno Antarikshan Gabira Vepha Asuraha Sunitaha Kvedani Suryaha Kashchiketa Tatamam Jam Rashmirasya Tatana. Okay. Now, um, one second. Okay, so Gabira is something which is deep in sound. Okay, so something with a deep sound. Vapus means quivering or quaking or stirring or some kind of an agitation. Okay, so Gabira vapor means the deep sound that is produced by the stirring or the quaking. Then Sunitaha means the dhatu means to lead or to guide. Okay, so Sunitaha means well guided. Who is being guiding this? The well guide, this guidance, the good guidance is by the Asuraha. Here, Asuraha is Asyati Shatrun iti, one who throws away the enemies. Okay, he is actually taken as the divine spirit also in this case. This is not the Asura which we understand in conventional meaning. This I felt was an example for Artha Sankocha, what we read in linguistics. Here, Asura actually means one who is able to get rid of his enemies. So not only the demon perspective, but even the god can be known as a Asura. So here it is a divine spirit that is being indicated by Asura. Tatana means to continue or extend, spread, be diffused as the light. Okay, so Tatana is to be diffused as light. Suparnaha means Shobana Patanaha or Suryasya Rashmi. So the rays of sun, okay, which has charming flight according to Sayana. So the rays of sun, because they reach, they are diffused all over. These are called Suparnaha. This is compared to a bird with charming feathers. Okay, so these are the individual word meanings. Now I come to the entire gist. So just remember that Suparnaha actually refers to Suryasya Rashmi, but it is compared to a bird with charming feathers. So this bird, Suparnaha, has Akhyat. Akhyat means it has surveyed. Okay, so this Suparnaha has Akhyat, surveyed the Antariksha. Sayana says all three worlds, but McDonald says only Antariksha, only the atmospheric region. Now, this is the Asura, or this is the divine spirit that has a deep quivering or a quaking sound, Gabira Vepaha, and he is Sunitaha. He is a good guide and offers good guidance also. Okay, such are the qualities of this sun. So here in this particular mantra, we see that sun and Savitra are simulated. They are meant as the same thing. So here the qualities of sun has been explained. First of all, it is Suparnaha. It is like it is compared to a bird with charming feathers. What does this bird do? It has surveyed the entire Antariksha, just to say that the sun rays have spread all over the atmospheric region without leaving any spaces in between. So it is all pervading, like it's everywhere in the atmosphere. So Suparnaha Akyat Antariksha. Then this sun is also the divine spirit. He is the Asura who has a Gabira Vepa, a deep quivering or a quaking sound. And what does he do? How does he help us? He is a Sunitaha. He is a good guide and he offers good guidance here. Kwa idanim suryaha. Now, where is that sun now? Kwa idanim Suryaha. Where is that sun now? Katamam dhyam rashmihi asya tatana. Till where has his rays extended? Okay. Till which heaven? Till where means which heaven? Till which dhyav? Till which heaven this his rays have extended? Kaha chiketaha? Who has understood this? So this thing is not comprehensible. So that is the power of the sun. Nobody knows where the sun is and till what is the extension of the power of the sunlight, because the rays have extended to a very large area in the atmosphere. So nobody has really understood it. Taha chiketaha. So this is the greatness of the sun that has been praised in this particular mantra. Is it okay? Okay. The next one is the last in the Savitra Sutta. Hiranyapanihi Savita Vicharshani. That page number 80. So I think 77 or something in Kannada book.
76.
Okay, 76 in Kannada book, 80 in English material. Hiranyapanihi Savita. Yeah. Hiranyapanihi Savita Vicharshanir Ubhe Dhyava Prithvi Antariyate Apamivam Bhadate Veti Suryam Abhi Krishnena Rajasa Dhyam Brunoti. Okay. Here, Hiranyapanihi, as I told you before, Savitra has this quality, like everything about him is Hiranya. So Hiranyapanihi, the one with the golden hand. Savita, the Savitra Devata, who is Vicharshanihi. Vicharshanihi means Vividha Darshana Yukta, according to Sayana. But MacDonald says that Vicharshani can be understood as active, the one who is active. So the Hiranyapani Savitra Devata is Vicharshani, Vividha Darshana Yukta or active. Then Ubhe Dhyava Prithvi Antaha. So in between Dhyava and Prithvi, the two regions, Iyate, he goes. So the Hiranyapani Savita Devata, who is Vicharshani, who is very active, he goes. Iyate. Where does he go? Ube Dhyava Prithvi Antaha. In between the Dhyava and the Prithvi. Then Amivan. Amivam means afflictions or diseases. Okay. So Amivam, he drives away the diseases or the afflictions. He makes them go away. Then Suryam Veti. In this mantra, we can see that there is a difference between Savitra and Surya. So here he says Suryam Veti. That is, he guides the sun. The Savitra Devata, he guides the Surya through Krishnena Rajasa. Krishnena Rajasa we have already seen. Krishnena Rajasa. Krishnena Rajasa means dark spaces. And Dhyam Abhirunoti. He penetrates the heaven. Abhirunoti penetrates Dhyam heaven. So the golden handed Savitra Devata, who is Vividha Darshana Yuktaha, or he is Vicharshani or very active, he goes Iyate between Dhyava and Prithvi, between the two heaven and the earth. Then what does he do going there? He removes the diseases or the afflictions, Amivam, he removes them. Then he guides the sun, Suryam Veti. Then through the dark spaces, going through the dark spaces, Krishnena Rajasa, he Abhirunoti Dhyam, he penetrates the heaven. Okay? Is this okay? This is about Savitra Sutta. Only 5 of them that are there in our list. So we have seen that. If any doubts, any particular word, we can discuss that before going to the Vishnu Sutta. Okay, can we continue with Vishnu Sutta then? Yeah. A brief introduction of Vishnu Sutta. Vishnu is again one of the 5 solar deity. One of the main features of Vishnu that has been reiterated here in almost all the mantras here is the 3 strides that he takes. Okay, this is in one of the websites also, I and Nivedita were actually having a discussion some time back. We saw that the picture itself was that of the Trivikrama Avatara, where having come as Vamana, he then takes the Jain form of Trivikrama and he measures the three. He takes the 3 steps and he measures the Prithvi, the Antariksha, and the so that is the picture that was depicted for Vishnu Sutta. So everywhere it is the 3 strides which are very important, and the vast body of youth that he assumes. So these are the main features of Vishnu. Therefore, since this 3 steps are given more importance, the terms like Urugaya or Urukrama is repeatedly found in the Sutta, in the Vishnu Sutta here. Urugaya means wide paced, one who has long, wide pace, that is steps, Jain steps. Urukrama again has similar meaning, one with wide strides. Then, there's a small description about the 3 steps. The 2 of his steps are visible to the men, but the 3rd or the highest step is beyond the flight of birds or mortal sight. This step is like an eye fixed in the heaven where it shines brightly, and it is the dearest domain of Vishnu wherein the pious men and gods rejoice. Actually, in the Vishnu Sutta, one of the mantras that we are going to study will talk about this particular thing. Vishnoho Paramam Padam, that particular thing, that description has been given. So that is supposed to be the dearest domain of Vishnu, the 3rd step where he placed one of the 3 steps, of which the 3rd step was placed there. That is supposed to be filled with a fountain of honey. Okay, Madhva something. We will read about that. So that has been explained repeatedly. One of the opinion about these 3 steps of Vishnu is that these 3 steps, they represent the 3 forms of the Supreme. That is, on earth it is compared to the Vidyut, or the on earth it is the Agni, in the atmosphere it is the Vidyut or the lightning, and in the heaven it is the sunlight. So the Agni on earth, the Vidyut in the atmosphere, and the sun's light in the heaven. These 3 things are supposed to be depicted by the 3 steps of Vishnu. This is just one independent opinion by Shakapuni. So I'm just mentioning it here. Okay. Another characteristics of Vishnu is his friendship with Indra, with whom he is often associated, and in the context of the fight with Vritra. In the hymns addressed to Vishnu, Indra is the only deity who's incidentally associated with him. So this is about the introduction of Vishnu Sutta. Okay, the first mantra in that list is Vishnor Nuta. Page number 88 in the English material. Vishnor Nutam Viryani Pravocham Yaha Parthivani Vimame Rajamsi Yo Askabayat Uttaram Sadastam Vichakramanas Tredhorugayaha. Okay, so Nutam is very quickly. Okay, Nutam, very quickly. I shall proclaim. Pravocham. I shall proclaim. What am I going to proclaim very quickly? I shall proclaim very quickly about Vishnoho Viryani, the heroic powers of Vishnu. Okay. I should quickly proclaim about the heroic powers of Vishnu, and then he goes on to say the qualities of Vishnu, about whom he is going to proclaim. He is going to talk about. So the first one in that is Parthivani Rajamsi Vimame. That Vishnu who measured the terrestrial regions. Rajas, we've seen there, Rajas means Loka. So Parthivani Rajamsi refers to the terrestrial regions. So Vimame, Vimame is measured. So that Vishnu who measured the Parthivani Rajamsi, or the terrestrial regions, point 1. Point 2, and he Askabayat. Askabayat means Dhruvam Stapitavan. So he established, what did he establish? Uttaram Sadastam, an upper gathering place. Okay, so he has this one. He has established an upper gathering place, Sayana says that this upper gathering place refers to Satyaloka. Okay, this Satyaloka, it is supreme and above all worlds, and it is a point of no return. So once the devotees they go there, along with other devatas, they reside there permanently. It's a point of no return. So he has measured the terrestrial regions. He has established the Satyaloka or the upper gathering place. Then Trida Vichakramanaha. He strode with three steps. Okay. Urugaya. Here, Urubihi Giyamanaha is one meaning. That is Bahubihi Mantraihi Gayate. So this Urugaya is understood in two different ways. First of all, Gaya in terms of singing. In that respect, if we try to understand this, Urugaya means Bahubihi Mantraihi Gayate. This is Sayana's definition. He says the one by many. Many people have sung his praises. So that is one. Or the other meaning, the general meaning offered by MacDonald is wide-paced, one who has giant strides or big steps, one who has taken big steps. Okay. So these are the three main features of Vishnu that has been mentioned in this mantra. So I shall very quickly proclaim the Viryas or the prowess of Vishnu. What did he do? He measured the terrestrial regions, Parthivani Rajamsi Vimame. Then he established Askabayat, Uttaram Sadastam Askabayat. He established the upper gathering place, which is nothing but the Satyaloka. And Tredha Vichakramanaha. He strode with three giant steps. So these are the three main characteristics of Vishnu, and I shall proclaim about that. This is the first mantra. Then the next one is Pratad Vishnuhu Stavate Viryena. Next, the very following mantra in the text, page number 90 in English. Pratad Vishnuhu Stavate.
85.
85?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, 85 in Kannada. Yeah. Pratad Vishnuhu Stavate Viryena Mrigo na Bhimaha Kucharo Girishtaha Yasyorushu Trishu Vikramaneshvadikshyanti Bhuvanani Vishwa. Okay. Now, again, we are going to talk about the many characteristic features of Vishnu in this mantra also. Tat Vishnuhu, that Vishnu, Viryena Stavate, who has been praised aloud for his Virya. Okay, Stavate, Stuti, to do Stuti, to praise. So he's been praised aloud for his Virya or the heroic power. That Vishnu who is praised for his heroic power, how is he like? What are his other natures? That Vishnu is like a Bhima. Bhima means dreadful, terrific, or fearful. Okay, he is like Bhima. Bhima Mrigaha Na. I told you Na means Iva. So Bhimaha Mrigaha Na. He is like a terrific or dreadful beast. Mrigaha here beast. So he is like a terrific beast. And Kucharaha. What did he do? He wanders at will. Kucharaha. He wanders at will, and in whose three giant lofty strides, that is Yasya Urushu Trishu Vikramaneshu, in whose three giant lofty strides, Vishwa Bhuvanani Adikshiyante, the entire Vishwa and all beings Adikshiyante, they dwell. Okay, Kshi Dhatu means to dwell. So this Vishnu, who is being praised for his heroic powers, he is like a dreadful or terrific beast, Bhimaha Mriga Na, and he wanders at will. He is Kucharaha, he wanders at will, and in his three giant lofty strides, the Vishwa Bhuvanani, the Vishwa, the entire universe and all the beings, they Adikshiyante, they dwell. Okay? Then, the next one is Pravishnave Shushametu Manma. The very next one, 91 in English, 86 in Kannada. Pravishnave Shushametu Manma. Yeah. Pravishnave Shushametu Manma Girikshita Urugayaya Vrishne Ya Idam Dhirgam Prayatam Sadhastham Eko Vimame Trivirit Padevihi. Trivirit Padevihi. Okay. Again, here he talks about the three steps and the measure and all that. Um, okay, so here Manma is my prayer. Okay, so let this prayer or hymn of mine, which is Shucham. Shucham means that which is born out of our deeds, according to Sayana. So this prayer which is born out of my deeds, or it is inspiring, according to MacDonald. So the prayer itself is either inspiring or it is born out of my deed. Let it go forth to Vishnu, Vishnave. Let it go forth to Vishnu, Vishnave. What are the characteristics of Vishnu? Again, 3 points have been mentioned. The Vishnu who is Girikshita, he is mountain dwelling. Okay, Girikshita, he is mountain dwelling. Again, Urugayaya. Urugayaya is Chaturthi Vibhakti Ekavachana. Urugayaya, again same, wide paced or long steps, one who has long, wide, giant steps. And then his Vrishne. Vrishne is again two meanings here. Vrishna, it refers to bull, according to MacDonald, because in the previous thing also we have seen they have compared him to a wild beast, terrific beast. So here MacDonald says Vrishna refers to bull, but Sayana says one who showers desires. Vrishne, one who is capable of showering our desires, fulfilling our desires. So, and he, Ekaha, who alone has Vimame, who has measured, Idam, Dirgam, Prayatam, Sadastam. This long, far extended dwelling place. So, this Vishnu, who is Girikshita, who is mountain dwelling, who is Urugayaya, who has wide face, who is like the Vrishna or the bull or one who fulfills my desires, and he is the only one to have measured the long extending dwelling place. Idam, Dirgam, Prayatam, Sadhastam. Long dwelling, long far extended dwelling place, Vimame, he has measured. With what did he measure? Trivihi Padevihi, with 3 giant steps. Okay, this is this shloka. The next one is Tadasya Priyamabhi Patho Ashyam. Page 95.
90 in Kannada.
90 in Kannada and 95 in English. Tadasya Priyamabhi. Page 9. तदस्य प्रियमभिपातो अश्यां नरो यत्र देवयवो मदन्ति उरुक्रमस्य स हि बन्धुरित्था विष्णोः पदे परमे मध्व उत्सः. So, okay, here Abhi Ashyam means I shall attain. Okay, one of the features in Vedic mantras is that if you observe the first line, Tadasya Priyam Abhi Pato Ashyam. Abhi is actually the upasarga there. So between Abhi and Ashyam, you have an intervening word like Patha. So there is some grammatical rule which actually applies it. So you have to actually take the Abhi with the Ashyam. Okay. So Abhi Ashyam, I shall attain. What do I want to attain? Tat Priyam Pataha, that dear domain where yatra, where devayavaha means devam vishnum atmanaha icchanti iti. So the one, the people who desire Vishnu, who are devoted to Vishnu, they are called devayavaha. Devayuhu is the ekavachana, bahuvachana rupa is devayavaha. So I shall attain that dear domain, that priyam pataha, where yatra devayavaha, okay, people devoted to Deva or Vishnu here in particular, Naraha, Devayavaha is used as a Visheshana for Naraha. Persons who are devoted to Vishnu, Madanti, Madanti means rejoice. So I shall attain that dear domain where Nara, Devayavaha Naraha, people who are devoted to Vishnu, Madanti, they rejoice because Sa he Vishnu alone is a Bandhu, he is the relative of all persons of good deed. Bandhu here, Sarvesham Sukrutinam Bandhu Bhutaha. For all good deeds, for persons of all good deeds, he is like the Bandhu, and those who attain his feet, they never return. So he is like the eternal relative to people with good deeds. So once people attain this highest position, they never come back. So he is like the relative, he is like the Bandhu. And Vishnoho Paramipade, in that highest step of Vishnu, there is Madhva Utsaha. Madhva Utsaha, Madhu, Madhva, so honey or nectar or soma. Utsaha is like a fountain or a pool. Okay, so in that highest step of Vishnu, there is a Madhva Utsaha, a fountain of honey or nectar or soma, and that place is like, in that place, once people go to that place, it is a point of no return. There, Vishnu himself is like the Bandhu, he is like the eternal relative to people. What kind of people? Devayavaha Naraha. People who are very devoted to Vishnu, and in that place such people, they Madanti, they rejoice because they have attained the highest domain, the dear domain of Vishnu, Priyam Pataha. Okay. So that's it. We have completed Savitra and Vishnu Sukta today. We will stop it at this because it is too confusing. Please take time, listen to this again, go through the book also. So once we are sort of settled with this, I will take the next set. Totally we have 20. I think I have covered 9 today. So another 11 we should be able to do, not much really there. So we should be able to do the rest of it in the next session. Was it okay? It's a little confusing, little tricky to actually bring in one sentence. So I've just given it in breaks. Like the way I understood, I just presented it in the same words. So I hope you're able to follow and write it out in a proper way.
Yeah, Harini, that helps.
Yeah.